Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim or Tanakh of the Jewish tradition. However, I, being raised a Christian, used the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered testimony of the various prophets of the Old Testament. This became the Book of Zion. When I went to publish the Book of Zion, I discovered that I had to write a second book, the Potsmoker's Bible, in order to publish the Book of Zion, because the Book of Zion is written entirely in Bible verse, therefore unpublishable in its solo state, hence the Potsmoker's Bible. Now, the reason why I wrote both books was to fulfill the prophecy of Israel. I found a set of instructions contained within the prophecy when I wrote the book the first time, and I was uniquely qualified to carry out those instructions. So I did. The final instruction I was given to actualize the prophecy of Israel was to publish peace, which is what I'm doing here on social media and YouTube, by reading to you the testimony of the prophets through the two books that I have written. Today I'm reading to you from the 26th chapter of the book called the Potsmoker's Bible. It contains the 23rd chapter of the prophetic book of Zion. And I'm going to pick up where I left off last time, which is with Psalms 2:6. It becomes Zion 23:37. And it goes like this: Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. My king is Messiah. The holy hill of Zion is the city of David, where the Temple Mount is. Now, the current Temple Mount is a Roman fort. The true Temple Mount is in the Old City, where Kenny will rebuild the Temple of God. From the temple, Messiah will act as high priest. He is actually king priest. Messiah is the patriarch of Abraham's family. He is like Solomon, the youngest son, but he is the inheritor of the throne of David, a throne that sat next to the temple in a complex where the king was near the high priest. Now, the bald one, the rightful heir to the throne, is in name only, because the last king to rule in Israel was named Baldwin. So my king is a Baldwin also. That is why Messiah is a Baldwin, because only a Baldwin can reclaim the throne of David, being descended from that line. It is important that he inherits the throne, as opposed to creating a new throne or dynasty, because from the days of David, God promised there would always be someone to inherit the throne. I know that the descendants of Jesse may find fault with my claims, but the Baldwin line was grafted into Jesse when the first Baldwin took the throne of David, a branch of Jesse, an adopted son, but a son nonetheless. The Grey manipulate history. They chose who rules. They chose the name Baldwin to set up the future of Kenny Baldwin, Messiah. This brings us to Isaiah 57:16-19, which becomes Zion 23:38-41. For I will not contend forever, neither will I always be wroth. For the spirit shall fail before thee, and the souls which I have made. For the iniquity of his covetousness was I wroth, and smote him. I hid me, and was wroth, and he went on forwardly in the way of his heart. I have seen his ways, and will heal him. I will lead him also, and restore comforts to him, and to his mourners. I create the fruits of the lips. Peace, peace, to him that is afar off, and to him that is near, saith the Lord, and I will heal him. This first passage, for I will not contend forever, neither will I always be wroth. For the spirit shall fail before thee, and the souls which I have made. Here the Creator God, head of earth, the Creator Godhead of earth, is talking. This is the spirit of Messiah Zion. Kenny is the body of Messiah, but his soul is a piece of that larger godly spirit. The spirit of Messiah was the male half of the Godhead of Zion Messiah, our earthly divine couple. It is that Godhead, the merged spirit, that is speaking here. It is both Zion and Messiah speaking as one being. This Godhead is both male and female in a merged state. This merged state isn't permanent until the God Goddess involved becomes evolved through merging over and over again. But that process takes a category of time we don't have a name for. As an example, our Zion Messiah have only truly merged once, when they created this solar system. It is during a merged state I call the dance of life that creation happens. When a divine couple merges, they create souls, 2 by 2, one for each. Souls that are mated souls, that have the potential to one day merge and ascend into the God and goddesses. So we are the souls that the Godhead has made. So for all of these years that Kenny and I have been evolving, we have been in an ancient, beyond ancient rite of passage, an evolutionary journey to become as our Creator. We are becoming spirit. When we come together physically, we will begin our first step in the process called merging, or the second step actually. The process of evolution is hard, and the contending of the two souls is like a battlefield, the battle of the sexes. The two souls must resolve their differences. A merge can only happen when the two mated souls are in perfect accord. All core beliefs and morals must match. Only then can the energies become one spirit. The energies merge to become one new form of energy. This energy is at a higher frequency. It generates more energy for the brains to evolve and to use. This advances the soul, opening up new brain functions, advancing the human race, pushing evolution on a species scale. The merged new energy becomes a waveform in the matrix of the planet itself. Kenny and I began merging in September of 1979. It was the reason I was healed that night. We merged into this new energy form. That merge set in motion our evolution and reset my matrix. I was able to shed the energies of those unmated souls that had raped me. When Kenny and I began to merge, our new form undid the spiritual damage of my rapes. I was, in essence, healed. Usually, when soulmates get together physically, their unique energies tend to create a peaceful coexistence. This strengthens the bonds between the souls, but doesn't allow the spirit to merge. Because the souls get along so well that even the core beliefs are put aside to allow the natural harmony to flow. Soulmate marriages are usually the happily ever after type. Lucky are the souls that find their mates and are able to live out their lives without having to deal with the core beliefs that underlie the merge. That lucky couple is free to enjoy the unique relationship that only happens in mated couples. For those souls about to merge, however, the situation is entirely different. New energy this new energy is a single energy wavelength, shared by two entirely different people. This single energy makes them a single spirit with two minds and two bodies, two points of view, two separate paths that are parallel. To complete the merge, all thought forms must align. So, when two advanced soulmates get together and are on the point of merging, all differences become amplified. The core beliefs and morals must become single. A battle of the souls takes place as the two souls struggle to find equilibrium. Each opposite point of view or core value must be decided completely. They must, to their very core, agree. Only then can they merge completely. Kenny and I have been in this soulmate death match since 1988, when the Gray merged our minds. They forced Kenny to re-engage with me, and by doing so, they initiated the merging of our minds. We have been dealing with our core issues since then. We have had no choice but to come to terms with our core selves. When we began to interact in early 1988, we were worlds apart in our core beliefs and in our moral standings. Kenny was a man of society. I was a very broken person, literally begging God to kill me. We were so far apart at that time, spiritually. Kenny, as I said, was a society man. He lived by social norms, so to speak. He was a family man, living his life by an ordinary way. He didn't care about core beliefs or moral values beyond the physical. If I hadn't begged God to kill me, Kenny would have gone on with his normal life. But I couldn't go on. I had been healed in a sense when Kenny and I merged, but that only removed the residue of the energies of those who had fucked me before that time. Every man that has touched me since has left his signature on my flesh. By 1988, I had been raped or fucked by enough men to drive me to suicide. But my core belief and my morality was preventing me from ending my own life. I believed in God. I prayed every day of my life. I began this practice as a child going to Sunday school. I always believed in God. I could never end my own life. But I was in a living hell. In 1979, my faith in God was actualized. I had evidence of God that was in accord with biblical verse. Like Joseph, I had had a dream. Like Jacob, I had had my prayer answered in a physical world. But my answered prayer, my fulfilled dream, was Kenny. Kenny was married to his brother's wife, rejecting me, hence my living hell. I could not live my faith without Kenny. But Kenny didn't know or care. Life had led us down two very different paths. I couldn't live without Kenny. God had proven himself to me through Kenny. How could I live? How could I die? But that wasn't Kenny's fault. He never wanted to hurt me. He didn't know that he hurt me to the point of death. So may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guilt choice when we get to Zion. I'm that. Stay happy and high. If you use drugs, you have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know I wrote the books. My name is Zion. I love you too much to say goodbye. I'll say later now.